Good evening and welcome to my end of the week recap and plan ahead for Apple here. If you remember from my previous video on Wednesday, I went ahead and took some 175 calls here, 15. I closed those out at 18, nothing huge, nothing big to write home about. Had I held those into Friday, probably would have picked up quite a bit more profit, but it just barely broke 175. So this was a lotto play. Once it started to fail and come back and looked like it was going to break VWAP, I did close out the position into Friday. Let me go here to my 30-minute time frame. I don't know if my notes are still here. Yes. The only thing I had on my plan was a long over 173.50. Why 173.50? This was basically a level right in this region here that I was looking at as a false breakdown area, high of the previous day. Looked like it was going to continue higher. So what did I do? Once that did break off of the open, I did take a gamble back in those same 175 calls at 9 cents. As you can see, price was higher, also cheaper. It's funny how that works out. But anyways, I got those in at 9 cents. Closed them out up here at 35 for a very nice gain on the open. Also notified everybody in the trade crew chat room. I got in some February 2nd 200 calls at 15 cents. This is basically a lotto play as well. Just want to see a nice spike in price before earnings. If it does put me in enough profit to where I close out the majority of the position, I will hold several of them past earnings, and we'll see what happens. I am still looking for this overall price target up here of around 190, which I will get to momentarily. Let me go to my plan here for Monday. Got a couple of new levels on the chart, a couple of new ideas. Because we did close the day in a flag pattern, I am looking for another measured move target up to around 176 and a half, 176.70 area, basically from the support of VWAP. If it breaks back above this 175.10 area, will be a trigger for me to go long. The stop loss just below this area. I'll draw this line right here just so it's a little bit more identifiable. That will be my risk right there. If price action does fail and come back down, maybe flashes down through here and touches this region here, I'll be looking for a support type of setup in this area. This area coincides with the 8 and 21 period exponential moving averages over here on the daily time frame. Also below there, of course, is another line, which is the 50 period simple moving average around 171.25. As price opens up on Monday, all of these levels will come up a little bit higher, so as price opens, I will adjust these a little bit just after the opening. Any gap up, I may chase it if it goes 60 cents above the open for a target or temporary target up here between these two lines. This level was the previous all-time high, as you can see over here where it closed. Failed to close above, so it's still a very important level within this region here. Expect it to consolidate, maybe even take my trades off. I will hold those 200 calls for as long as possible. Now, to this weekly measured move flag over here, now that price action has actually found support at the 50 period simple moving average, that may be where the move comes into play. So what I will do in that situation is I'm going to go ahead and move this target up here. Apple Uber bulls are actually going to like this plan because it moves the target a little bit higher. So I'm just going to go ahead and drag this up. We now have a target of around 190 and a half. Now how these measure moves work is it's still going to be the length of the pole added to wherever the most notable support of that bounce is. It could have been down here, but as you can see, it failed. Now we have another layer of support at the 50, the 8, and the 21. So anywhere in this region, I do expect it to move up to around 190. It may take the earnings catalyst to push it up there. Based on this candle right here, if it does break 175.40-ish, there should be another type of short squeeze up to this more intermediate term target, and we'll see what happens. This will be my trade plan for Monday. Everybody have a good weekend and good luck.